Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Blues feed for another episode talking Chelsea Football Club. The same obsession as always. I am back with Danny. We are reviewing Burnley in this episode today. Before later today, our Barcelona preview will be out for you all to listen and watch. Before we get deeper into it, I just want to remind everyone of the 1K subscriber giveaway. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we'll be giving away a Chelsea shirt from this season. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And you can comment on any of our videos today, and that will enter you in our giveaway. Danny, how's things, mate? 3 points Monday morning, not too shabby.
Yeah, mate, can't complain. Pretty controlled win. Wasn't too stressful. Yeah, 3 points. It was. To be honest, it was a momentum builder. It was a very big week. Get some rest if we can, and certain players, which I liked. Obviously, James only played 45 minutes. Caicedo didn't play at all. So yeah, I thought it was good. We got to see Badiashile return, which I think could be quite key for moving forward. I think he'll be good for Barcelona and Arsenal as well. So yeah, overall, very good.
Yeah, without sounding too generic, I think it was a banana skin that we managed to avoid, which is it's quite nice because these are always the games as a Chelsea fan that I fear the most. Like going into Barcelona and Arsenal, like I'm excited. Obviously, I don't expect us to win them both. If we did, fantastic. But I always dread the games against the Burnleys away, the Leeds, the teams like that where we should win on paper, but we generally tend to make a slip or at least don't win them. So yeah, it was controlled, it was comfortable. They had a few very half chances, but nothing major really. And I thought we controlled the game well. And like we said in our preview last week, we wanted to see Maresca manage the game well. And I feel like he did that. Like you say, Caicedo didn't have to play. Reece played 45. He was fine. It was always planned for him to play 45. The likes of Esteval, we've now got available for the next couple of games. Um, let's break down sort of a few of the players that we wanted to talk about. For me, man of the match. I know on the graphic on screen it doesn't show it as this player, but I thought Andrey Santos was fantastic,
Yeah, for
and he
sure.
showed the defensive side of his game was equally as good as the sort of attacking and final third side of his game. And I was just really impressed, and I think there could be clamour for him to start now tomorrow night against Barcelona. I think I'm a huge believer in players while they're on form and while they're confident, and if he's playing like that and he's confident and he's got the sort of bee in his bonnet right now, I'd keep him in the team. But who did you want to talk about, Danny? Who do you want to break down from Saturday?
Santos is the one that I want to call out the most. I think I actually prefer him in the deeper role and the defensive role. He's so solid. He's got such a knack for sniffing out danger. There was multiple blocks that um he did close down really well. Like for me, was hands down man of the match. Um, and like you say, I put it out towards the end of the game. I think we might need to see him in the next two games, and it releases Caicedo to go and disrupt more even higher up. And if you can go and get him doing what he did against Spurs, where he nicked the ball really high up and you release him. I mean, can you if Santos can play like that, if you had a Santos Caicedo pivot, people are just not going to get through our midfield. Like that was ridiculous performance, and Caicedo's Caicedo. So if you add that, yeah, if you add that in next to Caicedo, it would just be crazy. So yeah, he was the standout performance for me. I thought outside of that, just kind of few shout outs. I thought Sanchez was very solid again. Good claiming the ball, made a couple of saves. Not that Burnley did a huge amount, but it was just solid. That ball from Gittins for the Neto goal was fantastic. Good to see Neto attack the far post. I think sometimes he can be a little lazy with his off the ball runs. So it was great to see him attack that. I thought Pedro was quite good in the pockets as well. So yeah, I thought overall
Yeah,
solid
completely
performance.
agree, mate. And the other player that I wanted to have a quick chat about, and I know you're not always one to sing his praises, but and we normally talk about his off the ball work, but his general performances this season, I think, have been really good. And Pedro Neto, he's averaging a goal involvement every 150 minutes in the league this year, which is pretty good, to be fair. I just thought again he looked dangerous. He looked up for it, and like you say, he can be a little bit lazy, weirdly, with his attacking runs sometimes. But attacking the back post for the goal was good. He took it well. I mean, it would have been easy to fluff that, bearing in mind there was three bodies in front of him as the ball come over. But yeah, I thought he was really, really good again. Tosin looked comfortable, but to be honest, I think that's his level, playing against the likes of Burnley. And yeah, I'm glad that Maresca managed the team well, and we come through unscathed, which I think is the important part of it, really. Um, what did you think about Jamie Gitten's overall performance? I know you touched on the assist, but what did you think about the overall performance from him?
Not bad, not great. Moments that are really good, moments that are really frustrating. I think probably just what we can kind of expect from him generally at the moment as he builds into his Chelsea career and kind of breeds confidence. I think it's the biggest difference between him and Garnacho. Garnacho will just continue to do everything needed every time. Like he'll run at people with great chances. He'll have shots. He just doesn't care. He just has that like bit of arrogance around him, whereas Gittins is a bit more of a confidence player. Like there was a point in the game where I think it was Reese pinged a ball over to him and he trapped it really, really nicely and then just run at the defender. And it was like, oh shit, I've done something good. Let's just attack now. Whereas sometimes if like he has a little bit of a bobbly touch or like he just doesn't really get something right, he'll just recycle the ball. We just need him to just start just continuously mind-numbingly boring, run at your fullback, try stuff, have shots, because he's got the quality there. He just needs to kind of release the handbrake a little bit, because you saw it against like Bayer Leverkusen, I think it was in pre-season. He just attacked their left back the whole entire game, and he was mustard. So yeah, it just needs to take the handbrake off, but wasn't bad at all. I think it was just kind of
Was his
what we expect at the
first
moment.
90 in the Prem as well,
Yeah,
which was nice to see that. I think it's only his third 90 of the season after Ajax and Wolves in the last couple of weeks.
yeah.
So it's another thing. I think you're starting to see him physically adapt to English football again. I mean, he's not played over here since he was a kid. So yeah, I think overall good
It's going to be very
performance,
interesting to see
control.
what happens for the Arsenal one, because if Garnacho goes and plays well, Gittins played quite well against Burnley. It'll just be quite interesting to see which one they go for against Arsenal when we get there.
It's like I was saying, sort of pre-Burnley. Really, I'm interested to see how Maresca uses his squad over, especially
Mm.
these next two games, like you say, because let's say we go and play well against Barcelona and win, then we've got probably the biggest game of the season, at least so far, if not overall, with Arsenal at home on Sunday. You want to keep the momentum going. You want to win that game and get us back close to what. Like, I mean, it's a 6-pointer, isn't it? We're 9 points away if we lose, and we're 3 points away if we win.
Absolutely.
How do you play that? Do you play the same 11 if they play well against Barcelona? I know it's hypothetical, or do you make the changes and sort of use your squad? It's going to be very interesting to see what Maresca does again if we can go out and put a performance in against Barca.
Yeah, no, I agree. One like slight moan slash I told you so moment. Can we just keep playing players in their right position? Because at one point at half time we brought Trev on and then we had Trev at right back and then we brought Gusto on in midfield and then we had a midfielder then we had a centre back at right back and a right back in midfield and then we had a number 10 in João Pedro up top. But then when he then reverted it and put Gui on and kind of went back to more of a traditional setup, all of a sudden the striker knows how to do a defender running behind and cut it back for a goal. It's the one thing that absolutely boils my piss with Maresca is his incessance of wanting to play players out of position. And
Yeah,
obviously
I agree. And the thing is, for
it didn't
me,
make negative. It just annoys me when we do it. Like we had Gusto in the 10 and Chalobah at right back when we had Gusto and
yeah,
Josh on the bench. We could have easily brought a right back on and played him at right back instead.
I agree. And the thing is, for me, it's like if we knew Josh was going to go and play back-to-back 90s against Barca and Arsenal, I wouldn't moan that he hasn't brought him on. But in this scenario, we know Josh is unlikely to feature in either game, or at least definitely unlikely to start. So why not
Yeah.
just give Josh that half hour, leave Gusto on the bench? We all know Gusto's going to start tomorrow night. It's like you say, it's just that little frustration, and there's all. I feel like we are nitpicking a little bit because overall it was well managed, we controlled the game, etc. But there is a slight frustration there of you've got midfielders on the bench, put them in midfield. You've got defenders in on the bench, put them in defence. Like you,
Yeah, absolutely.
it's just a little
I'd
frustration,
really love
frustrating.
to
But then I
know.
will say,
Go on.
I will. Well, no, come on. But let's stay on this point because mine's a slight change in topic.
Mine's on the same topic, but I'd love to know what the sporting directors and the owners think about him playing people out of position, because their whole thoughts are we're going to build the best sporting department in the world. We're going to have the best scouts. We're going to buy the best young players in all the different positions, and then we continuously play players out of position. Like, why buy
Yeah, I
two for every
suppose.
position if
Yeah,
you're just going to play a centre back at right back?
maybe you and I are being narrow-minded because
Maybe.
Maresca, Maresca clearly thinks Gusto can play and does play in midfield as well as right back. And to be honest, Trev can play right back. It's just not his natural position. Maybe
But just
maybe
when
we're
you've
being
got
slightly
Gusto
narrow-minded. But
and
for me,
Atropong at
exactly,
there,
that's
who are
more the
better
issue
right
for me.
backs, why
Exactly.
do it? Like,
Yeah,
I get it.
I
Maybe he
agree.
wanted to only use one sub, so he wanted to bring on Badiashile to give him some minutes. So you kind of had to, instead of using two. Like, yeah, maybe that's the thought process around it. But I'd have just much rather see a right back at right back. And yeah, exactly on your point. The same with why I was a little bit annoyed to see Neto start over Esteval is I don't see Esteval starting against Barca or Arsenal. So you're just
Yeah,
kind of condemning Neto to three 90 minutes probably, or three starts at very least, when you could have easily started Josh and Esteval against Burnley, and then nobody's going to complain if you start your Fafanas and your Badiashiles and your Netos against Barca and Arsenal. That's my only niggle with it. But we won. I'm not complaining too much. I just thought I wanted to discuss it. I wanted to see what your thoughts were. Love to know
yeah.
what the people think about it below. Maybe I'm just well, as people would say on Twitter, a Maresca hater and I want us to lose, which is just a load of bollocks. Um,
Yeah.
it'd
Well,
be interesting. Let us know what you
you must
think.
really want us to lose tomorrow night because you're going to the
Oh,
game. But anyway,
yeah,
we'll get
mate.
on
I'm
to
gonna I'm gonna
that.
drive for hours. I'm gonna spend loads of money. I'm gonna be in the stadium, and I just really hope Maresca fucks it up and we lose, so I can tweet, "Oh, Maresca's a shit manager." That's what I really want to do with my evening.
Anyway, let's stop provoking. Last last topic before we wrap up, and I'll finish on a bit of Maresca praise. There's so many times in games like that where he just forgets to use the final sub, or there's like a Giu on the bench that he would just not come on. I thought using Giu was great, and obviously
Yeah.
he come on, got the assist for the second goal, and he took that really well. That assist, the way he took on, I think it was Tuanzebe, got past him, used his strength, and then laid the ball back. I thought that was really nicely done from Giu for a player who's not had a lot of minutes in recent weeks. So that's my final bit of praise
Yeah.
for Maresca
No,
and for Giu.
absolutely. I mean, I would just say in my criticism of the game, or of Maresca, that's got absolutely nothing to do with the Burnley game. We managed it very well. We won 2-0. We were by far the better side. Every kind of plan he did pretty much work. There was no real issues with actually how we were set up. It's just how it feeds into the next three games. And obviously he is learning. He's not been a top level manager managing three big games in a week before. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. But yeah, it's just that little bit. And I'm hindsighty. I'm not round this thing. I mean, Esteval could have been quite tired after playing, and Josh accepts is the same with his under 21s. So, like, obviously, we don't know all of the facts. I just thought it'd be an interesting discussion point. But yeah, the game itself, against Burnley, well done to Maresca, well done to the boys. We managed to get up for it. We managed to dominate the game. We won 2-0, and we're up to second in the league. Can go within 3 points of Arsenal if we beat Arsenal at the weekend. So, um,
Yeah, exactly that. Well, let's wrap it there, Danny. Overall, good performance, 3 points, and stay tuned for a few hours' time when our Barcelona preview will be out on the channel and put out on all the socials as well. So thank you all for listening, and we will catch you all again very shortly.